Now, mornings are a rush, slippers slapping the tiles, voices clashing, the kettle whistling louder than anyone's patience. The mother, Mariam, stands in the middle of it all, feeling as though the home she dreamt of, peaceful, faith-filled, joyful, has slipped somewhere between the noise and the to-do lists. She isn't angry. Just tired. Tired of shouting to be heard. Tired of reminding her children 1,000 times. Tired of feeling like peace is something reserved for other families. One morning, as she folds the laundry, she catches her reflection in the mirror, eyes weary but searching. And in that reflection, a thought lands softly in her heart. If I want peace in my home, I must plant it, habit by habit, moment by moment. That night, after putting the kids to bed, she opens her Qur'an. Her eyes fall on a verse she's read many times, but tonight, it breathes differently. And Allah has made for you from your homes a place of rest. Surah An-Nahl, Qur'an 16 verse 80. A place of rest. Sukoon. Not a place of perfection. Not a place of control. But a place of mercy, warmth, and calm. She wipes a tear. And she whispers, Ya Allah, teach me how to build that again. That's where her journey begins, not in searching for the perfect parenting tip, but in rediscovering 6 simple, faith-rooted habits that quietly transform the home from chaos to calm. Habit 1. Begin the day with dhikr and dua together. The next morning, she wakes up a little earlier. The world outside is still dark, the air cool, the call of Fajr echoing softly through the neighborhood. Instead of rushing to wake the kids in irritation, she enters their room, strokes their hair and whispers, Assalamu alaikum, my loves. It's a new day Allah has given us. She doesn't scold them for being sleepy. She recites the dua for waking up. Alhamdulillah aladiyana bada emma amatana wa ilayhin nushur. The children mumble it sleepily, but they say it. And that small act, a family beginning the day with remembrance, shifts the energy of the morning. There's less yelling, more smiles. She realizes, the first sound our children hear should be dhikr, not our frustration. As breakfast cooks, the youngest hums a Nasheed, the eldest reads out the dua before eating. It's imperfect, a bit messy, but it feels sacred. She finally feels the Barakah that begins with Bismillah. Habit 2. Eat together, talk gently. A week later, Mariam notices how meals had quietly turned into scattered moments. Everyone eating alone, screens lighting their faces, silence filling the air. That night, she calls everyone to the table. No TV. No phones. Just presence. She serves food and says softly, Let's eat together, like the Prophet did. They begin with Bismillah. At first, the children fidget, unsure what to say. Then she asks, What made you smile today? One answers shyly, another giggles, soon everyone is talking. The room fills with warmth, laughter, stories, even crumbs. And she realizes, this isn't just dinner. It's connection. She remembers the hadith. Eat together and mention the name of Allah, for it will bring blessings upon you. Abu Daud. The habit doesn't just fill stomachs. It fills hearts. Habit 3. Replace shouting with calm reminders. One afternoon, toys scatter across the floor, homework half done, and the noise rises again. Her voice, out of old habit, climbs with it. Didn't I tell you? But she stops mid-sentence. A small voice inside whispers, gentleness beautifies everything. She lowers her tone, sits on the floor, and looks her child in the eyes. Habibi, I know it's hard to stop playing, but let's tidy together. The child blinks, surprised. No anger. No lecture. Just love. And slowly, little hands start picking up blocks. That night she reflects, Shouting never brought change, it only brought distance. But calm presence builds respect and trust. She writes in her notebook. Gentleness doesn't mean weakness. It means choosing mercy over control. And the next day, when things get messy again, she breathes before she speaks, a silent dhikr between her and Allah. Ya Allah, make me gentle. Habit 4. Make salah the heartbeat of the home. Evenings used to be chaotic, racing through dinner, rushing homework, everyone doing their own thing. But one day, Maryam decides, salah will be the anchor, not the interruption. So she calls softly, as-salah, as-salah. And the living room turns into a small masjid. She spreads tiny prayer mats, lights a gentle fragrance, and calls her children beside her. Sometimes they fidget. Sometimes they giggle. But they stand together. And after salah, she sits with them and says, when we pray together, Allah fills our home with angels. The youngest asks, even when I move too much? She laughs softly, even then, Habibi. Slowly, salah becomes their rhythm, not forced, but loved. And that's how faith roots itself, not through pressure, but through peace. Habit 5. Express gratitude daily, to Allah and to each other. That night, Maryam gathers everyone for their new bedtime ritual. She lights a small lamp, opens her journal and says, let's each thank Allah for one thing today. The answers come quietly at first. For my toys. For Mama's food. For our home. Then she adds, and let's thank someone in the family. Her daughter turns to her brother, thank you for helping me with my bag. He grins shyly. The mother feels her throat tighten. These small words, thank you, alhamdulillah, they are building something unseen, love and awareness of Allah's favors. She recalls the verse. If you are grateful, I will surely increase you. Surah Ibrahim, Qur'an 14 verse 7. And she realizes. Gratitude turns ordinary days into moments of barakah. Habit 6. End each day with forgiveness and dua. Every night now ends with softness. Before bed, Maryam gathers her children close. They recite Ayatul Kursi, make dua for their father, for their teachers, for Jannah. Then, just before lights out, she whispers, is there anyone we need to forgive today? Her daughter thinks, then says, I forgive Yusuf for shouting at me. Yusuf giggles, sorry, I forgive you too. They hug in the dark. And she feels it, the peace that comes from hearts free of grudges. She remembers how the Prophet taught, that the gates of Jannah open for those who forgive before sleeping. And she wonders how many restless nights could have been eased by just one word, I forgive. That night, she sleeps deeply, knowing her home, though still imperfect, has become a place of mercy again. Weeks pass. The same walls. The same furniture. The same children. But everything feels different. There is laughter in the kitchen. Qur'an recitation in the evening. Gentle reminders instead of angry ones. Apologies, hugs, dhikr, little things that make a big difference. One afternoon, her eldest helps the youngest with homework. No one asked. And she feels tears well up. This is what she wanted. Not perfection. Not obedience out of fear. But connection built on love and faith. She looks around her home, crumbs on the floor, crayons on the table, and smiles. This, she whispers, is what Barakah looks like. She realizes that raising happy, well-behaved, calm children isn't about control, it's about modeling calmness, planting mercy, and living the sunnah in small, consistent ways. Because our children don't learn from what we command. They learn from what we consistently live. And so she whispers one last dua before sleep. Ya Allah, make our homes gardens of peace, our hearts sources of calm, and our habits reflections of your mercy. Ameen.